All right, welcome, everybody. I got some tea. Oh my goodness, I came across this website, this AI website that I was like, oh, I got to tell my peeps about this. Okay, I got to tell y'all about it. So I'm not going to ramble on or anything. I'm just going to get straight to it, whether or not there's anybody that has clicked in or not. And you'll just have to watch the replay if you missed the first part of this. But I want to just go ahead and get right on into it because there is so much to share with this particular AI tool. Hello, whoever that is that has logged on. I can't see who it is, but if you want to drop a comment, let me know. Drop your name, let me know who you are. That would be awesome. So I'm just going to get right into it and show you guys what I have found. Oh my goodness, this is crazy the way AI is just morphing into so many different things every day. I'm seeing something new, some new website or whatever that has come out, or some new app, or whatever the case may be, and it's just insane. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to share my screen with this AI website that not only can help you save money on a multitude of different things, but it also, if you're into different eating at different fast food restaurants and stuff like that, you can also get free food from a host of different restaurants like Wingstop and um, McDonald's and stuff like that. So here we go. I'm sharing my screen here. So this is the site. It is called donotpay.com, and it's basically a AI robot lawyer, so to speak. Okay. So let's just kind of go through what all they've got going on here. So basically, it says on here it's the world's first robot lawyer. It fights corporations, beats bureaucracy, and sue anyone at the press of a button. Can you believe that? Freaking sue anyone at the press of a button. So here's just a couple of things that it can do: fight corporations, beat bureaucracy, find hidden money, sue anyone, automatically cancel free trials. When you sign up for something and it offers you a free trial for a day or a couple of days or a week or something like that, and then you kind of forget about it, and then they automatically renew, and then they start charging you. And with some things, it's like pulling teeth to try to get that stuff canceled. And that's why I only like to do free trials where it's connected to my Apple Store or whatever on my phone, because I can easily go in there and cancel, or where I can sign up with my PayPal, because it's real easy to go in and cancel subscriptions when you do it through PayPal. But if it's not one of those two ways, I don't really like signing up for free trials, because it with some things is a pain in the ass to try to cancel them when you're ready to cancel them. So if you're having a problem with trying to cancel something that you signed up for and you're not using it anymore, this is a site that you want to check out. It is called, again, donotpay.com. So let's just go through some of the features of some of the things that it can help you with. Here's something dealing with election. I'm not even going to click into that, but because I want to get to some of the other stuff, because I think a lot of this other stuff is going to be a lot more useful for a lot of people. Do not mail. If you're getting hit with a lot of junk mail, you might want to click on that and see how they can help you with that. If you everybody should have, or you should, at the very least, make it very known and clear to your immediate loved ones what you would want to have happen to you should you become incapacitated. Have an advanced care directive. So that way they can honor your wishes. So let's say you was in some horrible accident or something like that, and now you're on life support, and you don't want to have your family trying to, figure out like, what would you want? Would you want them to keep you on life support if the doctor has, made it very, very clear that you're brain dead? And, even if they were able to revive you in some type of way, you would be in a vegetable state or something like that. Would you want to continue to exist that way? Don't leave that type of stress and pressure on your loved ones to have to make that decision. Get an advanced healthcare directive done. You can, this helps you with donating plasma for cash, which that's not a big deal. That's easy to do. I did it. I was doing it for a while, a few years ago. So you don't really need this site to help you with anything like that. But if you're someone who is going to be donating some of your eggs, that's a whole process. It's not as simple as a man donating sperm. So you definitely, if you were going to do something like that, you would definitely want to have all the legal paperwork done and make sure that your rights and everything is protected and you're covered. Airline flight compensation hacks. Now that's a good one right there, especially with, I don't know if you guys heard about the whole debacle with I think it was Southwest, that they canceled like hundreds and hundreds of flights. They even like had some people arrested at the airport. I mean, it was just crazy from what I saw on one news report on YouTube. So that's definitely a good one that could help with emotional support animals. That's just a matter of a lot of places won't necessarily accept an emotional support animal letter, but they do have to accept if you have documentation that your pet or your animal is assisting you, is certified to assist you with a certified disability. So it can't just be because you want this animal with you because it helps you to not feel depressed. Like, it's got to be something like that, like almost kind of like a police dog. It can't just be you just like to have all these different exotic animals just because they make you feel better. But anyways, so fight and waive fees, that would probably be helpful. A lot of companies, they're always trying to nickel and dime us with tacking on these ridiculous fees, and then you try to call their 800 number or whatever, and then they send you around in circles and transfer you around and around and around. I've had that happen so many freaking times. Just had it happen the other day with freaking T-Mobile. We tried out their home internet router. It didn't really work too well. And so I went and I returned it within their 14-day period. The guy at the cell phone store, he told me that he would take care of everything. I didn't have to do anything else. And I specifically asked him, is there anything else I need to do? He said, no, I've taken care of everything on my end. You're good to go. Well, we wasn't. They turned around, they charged us for 2 months, $50 a month. And so I had to fight on the phone with them the other day, a couple days ago, matter of fact, about that. And they're supposed to be refunding us our $100. But I can see how that one, fight and waive fees, that one could be very, very useful, because I'm quite sure that we're not the only ones that have had a situation like what we just had with T-Mobile happen. So that's a real good one. Fight bank fees, that's a really good one. These banks are they're freaking banksters. They're good for charging you, overdraft fees or stuff like that. So that could be really helpful to a lot of people. Annul my marriage. Every state is different. So some states like Louisiana, they don't do annulments unless it's something unless it's infidelity, I think, or something like that. But it's on the very, very limited circumstances. So, but other states, they're much more lenient. So if that's your situation or whatever, this might be a lot of help. Because trust me, I've gone through divorce a couple times, and it ain't cheap if the other person tries to contest anything. So that could be very, very helpful. That alone right there can save you thousands of dollars. Just that one alone. Appeal banded accounts. This one could have helped me with my Etsy account that had got suspended the other day, but I got taken by a guy that said he could get my account unhacked or whatever. And he probably did, but then he, held it hostage because he was like, well, you got to pay another X amount to get access to it. And I was like, you know what, go, screw yourself or whatever. So I just opened up a whole new one and just kept it pushing. I should have just did that to begin with. Fight email spam. I don't know if that, I guess, maybe that really, really bothers you or whatever. I did find out about an AI site that actually will clean out your email, but I don't know where I wrote it down at. But when I find it, I'll let you guys know about it. Appeal parking tickets in any city. Now that is a good one. I don't know about you guys, but in my state, they got a lot of speed traps around here. It's ridiculous. Certain areas where you try to drive to, it'll go from 45, drop down to 35, back up to 55, up to 65, and drop back down to 45. And this can happen in going through a lot of these little small towns out here in Louisiana within a span of less than a mile. It's utterly ridiculous. And it's all for the intents and purposes of them getting you trapped up. And in some states, like, California, for instance, or whatever, they'll let you slide if you go 5 miles over or whatever. Not here in Louisiana. No, you 5 miles an hour over the speed limit, they will give you a freaking ticket out here. And it's just a money game. That's all it is. Because if you pay the ticket within 30 days, they don't send it to DMV or anything. So it's just a straight up money racket. So that could be real helpful. And their tickets, I've gotten probably about 4 tickets, I think, since I've been living here for 4 years. And their tickets are not cheap. The lowest ticket I've gotten here was about $160. The most I think was about $230. So they're not cheap. It's just a straight up money racket. So that's a real good one. Fight medical fraud. That could be a good one. The insurance companies, they just, they charge you arm and a leg. They charge you like $500 for a freaking aspirin. So that could be a really, really good one. Speeding tickets, again, that ties into parking tickets and stuff like that. Fight tech spam. I don't know about you guys, but at one point in time, when I had my other number, I was starting to get a lot of spam text messages. And my husband, he was getting a lot of spam text messages. I haven't heard him complain about it because I told him to just keep blocking. Every time when you get the call or you get the text, just keep blocking the number, and then eventually it'll start to die down. And then you can also file a complaint or whatever with the do not call or whatever. But that kind of takes some time to kick in. So this could be helpful if you're getting hit with a lot of spam text messages. That could really be helpful. Appeal toll booth tickets. We don't really have no toll booths here in Louisiana, but I know other states, especially states on the East Coast, they're really, really heavy on the freaking tolls, and Texas is heavy on tolls. So that might be very useful for somebody that lives in Texas or that lives over on the East Coast. You might find this feature right here extremely helpful. Fight workplace discrimination. That is a hard one to prove because unless you get the person on recorder, with your recording device or your iPhone or something like that, or your Android or whatever, and you record them saying something derogatory or discriminatory, or they're dumb enough to put it in writing, which there are a lot of people out there that are just that dumb to put it something in writing. That one is going to be a very hard one to prove discrimination, and you're going to have to be able to have some real good documentation to be able to prove that one. But if you got some documentation, then this might be, do not pay.com might be the place that you want to start with, because I'm going to tell you right now, I have had to hire an attorney in the past with a workplace situation, and they're not freaking cheap. My attorney that I hired, that I chose, I think he was like $250 an hour, and his paralegal was like $150 an hour, something like that. So I did win my case, but yeah, workplace situations are not, when you got to get an attorney, it's not a cheap deal. So that one alone could save you thousands of dollars. That one thing alone that they say that they help with. File a complaint against any company. That's helpful. I don't know about you guys, but I've had to file complaints against various companies or whatever. And what I usually do is I will put them on blast on all my social media. I will also file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, and then I will also file a complaint with ripoffreport.com. They've been around for over 10 years, maybe even longer than that. And what they do is once you file your complaint with ripoffreport.com, they will blast out your complaint. They basically almost kind of like do a press release almost. And it's once they send that out, it's on the internet forever. So they blast that shit out, and they also send your complaint to the company or whatever. And it kind of forces the company to respond, because they don't want to just have your version of events out there. So they will, and the companies, they will respond. I've had to use ripoffreport.com probably 4 or 5 times in the last 15 years or so. So, and it's very, very effective, very effective. Birth certificates, that's not hard. I mean, you can do that on your own. That's simply contacting the county, that you were born in, the county office of statistics, I think is what it's called, or something like that. And you can order your birth certificate, or you can do it online. There's one website that you could do it online with, although they charge you, the website charges you, plus your county is going to charge you. Or you could just go directly to your county website or whatever. And some counties, they will let you do it online, but some require that you print their form out, fill it out, and then go get it notarized and then send it to them or whatever. But either way, I've sent off and I've gotten birth certificates. I've gotten death certificates pretty easily. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see, breach of contract. Yeah, that could be a good one. File a restraining order. Well, I don't see why you would really need this site to do that. I mean, you can just go straight to your local police department to file a restraining order. So I wouldn't necessarily use this site for that. I would just go, if I was in that type of situation, I would just go straight to the police department. Although I got my own restraining order. It's called a 9mm. Yeah. Imagine that. So file a police report. That's the same thing. You don't need to go through this site to do that. You just go straight to your local law enforcement to do that. Break my lease. Me and my roommate in college, we tried to break our lease because of the situation, and we went to court, and then subsequently we lost because the pictures that we had somehow, I guess they got exposed to sun or whatever, so it was stuck together. So it was just a mess. We didn't know, but we ended up losing that case, and then eventually I ended up paying back the money for the judgment that was put against me. But at any rate, if you're in that situation and you need to get out of your lease or whatever, they can help you with that. All I say is that you need to make sure you document in writing with pictures, whatever the situation is, as your proof as to why you need to break your lease. And filing a police report would probably need to go along with that. If there's a situation where you need to break a lease, and if it's because of safety reasons, you definitely want to go ahead and file the police report in conjunction with your pictures or video or whatever to support your case, in case the landlord tries to, fight the situation. Let's see, burner card for reservations. I guess if you need that type of thing, is there, they can help you with that. File a SEC complaint. They can help you with that. I've had to do that before. Burner phones. Well, I don't know why you would need them to help you get a burner phone. I mean, you just go to the little corner store or whatever, get a burner phone, or Walmart or whatever, I guess. Financial aid appeals letter. If you get turned down, I guess, because you apply for something, they can help you, and you don't know how to write an appeals letter, they can help you with that. Cancel any service or subscription. They can help you with that. Find discounts. They say they can help you with that. Cancel anything. Okay. Find lost airport items. Okay. Cancel timeshares. Now this one can be a pain in the butt, especially, and usually these timeshare places, they usually sucker older people, and then they find out, what the real deal is with it, and then then they try to cancel, and then they don't want to let them cancel. So that could be very helpful with elderly people. Find lost items. Okay. Car lease negotiations. Well, the thing about a car lease is that unless you own a business or something like that, or you just love just getting a new car every year, you really shouldn't be doing a lease, because especially if you drive a lot, because you're going to end up going over the amount of miles that they give you, and then it's just the whole, you're going to end up paying way too much for the car, or when you give it back or whatever, or if you decide to keep the car, whatever, you're just going to overpay. So I would just stay away from leases unless, like I said, you're the type of person who likes to get a new car every year, or you own a business. Otherwise, there's really no reason for you to be getting a car with a lease. If that's the only way you can afford the car, then you really can't afford the car. Find lost pet. I really don't know how they would help you with that. I mean, if you don't have your pet chipped, then good luck with trying to find it, especially a dog. And even if you get them chipped, there's no guarantee that you'll ever get them back. I mean, car registration renewal. I mean, I don't know why a person would necessarily need help with that, because you can do your renewal with a lot of states either online or by mail. So that's not that big of a deal. But I mean, there might be some people out there that need that help. Find the best schools. Okay, well, I guess. Car repossession issues. Yeah, there's some people that probably need help with that. I would say that as long as you stay in communication with your lender, and you commit to some type of agreement or payment plan. I used to do collections years ago when I was a credit manager. So as long as you honor your payment plan that you agreed to, then they're not going to try to repossess your car. But if you don't honor the repayment plan or whatever, then yeah, you're gonna have a problem. And if you try to just avoid them and think you're gonna be able to just stash your car or whatever, like, nah, they're gonna get you eventually, and it's gonna be at the most inconvenient time. Trust me, it's gonna be when you then just went out and just bought a whole bunch of groceries, and you come out to the parking lot and your car is gone. Okay, so don't play those games. Don't play yourself like that. Just talk to them. They really don't want to take the car back. They really don't, especially if you didn't had it for some time. They really don't want to take that car back, especially not in these times. I mean, the used car business, they are having a hell of a time trying to get rid of cars now. Carvana is in a whole lot of trouble. They probably going to end up filing Chapter 13. That's just one example of a big dealership that is in the used car industry. So There's no reason to be avoiding the situation. If you're having financial difficulties, just simply call up your finance company or your lender, bank, or whatever, and just talk to them. Let them know what's going on, and they will work with you. Trust me, they rather work with you and work out something with you than to take that car back, because they're going to end up, it's going to cost them money to take the car back and then try to resell it and all that. Like, it's a no-win situation for them. So they rather you keep the car and work something out with you. Unclaimed money, that's easy. You don't necessarily need them to help you with that. You can just Google unclaimed money, and then it'll take you to your state's agency that deals with that. I've actually typed in different family members' names and have found money for different family members that they have forgot about, from an old utility deposit or whatever. I even had a former coworker one time that he typed in his name, and come to find out, his parents had passed away, and he was left as the trustee, and they had some little old life insurance policy, whatever, that he didn't know about, and he found out about, and it ended up being a decent amount of money. I think it was like over 10 grand or something like that. So you just never know. You always want to check Google unclaimed money for your state, and just, put your name in there, because it might have been something that you forgot all about, that you put a deposit down for, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe if some long lost family member that you didn't know about or whatever left you a little something. You just never know. So it's always good to check. Casino taxes, well, I ain't never won that much to ever deal with that, but I do got a couple of family members, cousins, that be hitting that jackpot. So Rashawn, if you on this, or if you listen to the replay, check that on those casino taxes on them big old wins you be having. Fishing licenses, I've never heard of anybody having an issue with getting a fishing license, but I mean, I guess maybe, I guess they wouldn't have this on here if it wasn't an issue. Change mail address, well, that's easy. I mean, all you got to do is go online to the U.S. Post Office and put in your change of address or whatever. I mean, that's not no big deal. But I mean, maybe you need their help with that. I don't know. Now, free dental care, that would be interesting to see how they can help you with that, because the insurance industries, they have not changed the pricing index for dental care since 1965. So the prices that they base their decisions off of, and their premiums and all that stuff, and what they're going to pay, how much they're going to pay or whatever for your dental insurance, is based off of 1965 prices. That's why it's like when you go to the dentist, it's like they don't hardly cover your insurance. If you got insurance, they don't hardly cover shit, because they're basing it off of 1965 prices, as if the cost of dental care hasn't gone up in the United States. It's utterly ridiculous. But anyways, chargebacks and refunds, that's a good one. Free fast food. Yep, they got a whole list of different fast food companies on here, and I'll show you guys where you can have this AI website fill, long as you keep your receipt and stuff like that, fill out the little surveys or whatever for you, and hey, you can end up getting probably gift cards or whatever to get, go and get free food and stuff like that. I see that stuff on my receipt, but I'm just like, I ain't got time. I don't want to be bothered. But there's some people out there that's committed to and willing to take out the little bit of time or whatever and go through the steps or whatever. And then that's what this site is for. It's going to help you, save you some time by you just give them a little bit of information, and then they take it from there. Free raffle tickets. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I've only been lucky maybe twice when I've gone to some type of event and won something after I bought a raffle ticket or two or whatever. Child travel consent form. Well, I don't even know why they got this on here. That's kind of stupid, because that's not a big deal. I mean, my kids used to fly all the time when they were little. And that's just a matter of when you get to the airport, you fill out a little form or whatever, and then they, have the stewardess escort them on the plane or whatever. I mean, that ain't no big deal. Freedom of Information Act. That's not hard either, but I mean, maybe it is for some people. And that's something they can help you with if you need to get some access to some information, or you want to get access to some information. You can get that from any agency, U.S. federal agency, by filling out or having them fill out the documentation under the Freedom of Information Act. You are entitled as an American to know what your government is up to. And trust me, they up to a whole lot of unscrupulous stuff. City repairs, okay. Frozen crypto funds. Oh, now this is a real good one right here. A real good one right here. So that probably could be useful for a lot of people. Claim my rebates. Okay, yeah, I could see how that could be a good one. Fuel rewards, yeah. Although I have fuel rewards with Albertsons and Kroger's. So, and I pretty much use mine because I make it a point to go to the either one of those gas stations when I do fill up or whatever, get gas, so I can use my fuel rewards. Clean credit report. Okay. Yeah, they can help with that. Gambling protection. All right. Clinical trials. Okay. Get cash back. All right. That could be a good one right there. Close bank accounts. Well, you know what? A lot of places are making it harder and harder to close stuff once you open it or whatever. So yeah, this one could be helpful. Get free trials and don't get charged. Okay. Yeah. College fee waivers. All right. Get gift card cash back. Yeah, that could, put some money in your pocket. If you probably you probably need to stay on top of them about that. I would imagine. Compensation for victims of crimes. Pretty much most states have a victim crime fund or whatever, to where if you're a victim of a crime, especially a violent crime, a lot of states you can get money. I mean, that's not the greatest way to, get money, but if something does happen to you, or somebody or whatever, they got robbed or stabbed or something like that, there is a fund set up, a compensation program set up that can help them get back on their feet, with some of their medical expenses and stuff like that. So that's a good one. Government tests. Yeah, I can see how that could be a good one. Concert ticket scams. I don't know anybody that's really got a scam from a concert, but I mean, I guess it happens because it wouldn't be on here if it didn't. Help with bills. Okay. Yep. Everybody, a lot of people can use some help with some bills. I know I could for sure. I might have to hit them up on this one right here, because my city where I'm at, little small city, they had some mishaps or whatever with the utility department last year, and I still haven't gotten that issue resolved. They sent me over $4,000 water and sewer bill. So yeah, that one I'm definitely probably going to look into, see how they can help me with that one. Connect with an inmate. Okay. If you know somebody incarcerated and you're having a hard time trying to, get in contact with them or whatever, then they can help you with that. Help with rent. All right. A lot of people out there struggling. So this could be a really, really good one right here. Contact embassies and consulates. If you've got family or whatever that's overseas somewhere and you're having a hard time getting a hold of them or whatever, I could see how this could, potentially be helpful. HOA fines and complaints. Oh my God. I'm glad I'm not in the state I'm in now. They don't really have a whole lot of neighborhoods that have HOAs and stuff like that. But I've lived in other states like Arizona and California that do, and I can tell you HOAs can be a pain in your ass. So I could see how that could be a really helpful one right there. Contact government representatives. Well, you don't really need them to do that. I mean, all you got to do is, let's say you want to get a hold of your state senator or whatever, you go to his website or her website, and they have a public affairs person that you would reach out to or whatever. And if all else fails, and this goes for anything, whether it's a government representative or a business or whatever, if all else fails and they are not and they're ignoring you or whatever, You can always get a couple of your friends and family members, do up some protest signs, and go and protest and demonstrate in front of their office or their business or whatever, and that will definitely get their attention. It's very effective. I know several people who have done it to get what they needed or wanted. Let's see, hotel complaints and refunds. Yeah, this could be helpful. Matter of fact, a lot of the they call them ambulance chaser attorneys in Las Vegas, they got billboards and commercials and all that where they market their services or whatever. But you could save yourself a lot of money, that big attorney fee, by going through Do Not Pay and having them file your complaints and stuff and get you your refund or whatever. Convert points and miles. I've done points and miles, and I've never had a problem with doing that, converting that myself with whatever credit card company. So I don't know how, I mean, you guys can let me know if you've tried and your credit card company has given you a hard time or whatever. I've never had a problem getting points or miles converted. But maybe they are giving people a hard time now. I don't know. Hotel upgrades, what I've been told by people that have worked in the hospitality industry, the easiest way to get a hotel upgrade is just be super, super nice to the front desk person, compliment them, basically, make them feel good or whatever. And, a little bit of kindness goes a long way. A lot of times people, because you were so nice to them or whatever, then they want to hook you up. They want to give you the hookup or whatever. So I don't know if you would necessarily need Do Not Pay for that, but hey, maybe so. Copyright protection. Okay. Yeah, I could see if you invented something, how that could be helpful. HR complaints. Well, I mean, all you got to do is simply write, a letter or whatever, and file a complaint yourself. You don't necessarily need them, but it could help. Maybe, they're going to put it on their letterhead, and it kind of gives the impression that it's an attorney coming from an attorney, or sometimes, that lights a fire under some people's asses. So create a power of attorney. That's not too hard to do. Hunting license. Okay. Create passport photo. I don't know if a folder that you have them create, if that would fly or not. I just, always have gone to, I went to the post office here and they took my picture. So, I mean, I don't know about this one. And passports are not cheap. So I don't know if you would want to roll the dice with this one or not, or just, go to your local post office and have them do the picture for you. Identity theft. Okay. Credit cards. Increase credit limit. Well, I mean, all you do is contact your credit card company, and they'll look at increasing your limit or not. Defamation demand limit. Okay, that I see how that could be helpful. Inflation pay request. Okay. Delaware Code 2020. I don't know what that's about. Insurance claims. Will just go direct to your insurance carrier, I would think. But maybe you do need them to help you with that. Delete accounts. Item request return. Discover and apply for scholarships, jump the phone queue for any company. This could be an interesting one, because I'll tell you, I've sat on hold for over an hour with companies and stuff trying to get to the bottom of something or whatever, just to get disconnected or whatever. So I'm going to have to highlight this one right here, because I have a feeling I might have to use that in the future. Dispute seatbelt tickets. I've never had that happen because I always wear my seatbelt. Landlord protection. Okay. Dispute traffic tickets. Late delivery refunds. Okay. Divorce certificates. Lounge access. Have to check into that. Divorce settlement agreement. That could be helpful. Lower your payday loans. Well, I would say stay away from payday loans. But if you already in that situation, then yeah, you definitely want to hit them up and see if they can help you with that, because I mean, the interest rate that they're charging you on those payday loans is just absolutely usury. So you definitely want to get out of that situation as quick as possible. And that's it, folks. So, I mean, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But as you can see from this extensive list, how you could easily save a couple $1,000s a year by using this AI robot attorney, a robot lawyer website, just with just a couple of things on here. So I think that, if I think that it could definitely help you save a lot of money. And if anybody ends up using it or whatever, definitely, let us know how it turned out. And if I end up using it for something, I'm definitely going to get back on here and let you guys know how it turned out, what their service was like, and what the outcome of the situation ended up being. Other than that, that is all that I have. I hope you guys found this helpful to kind of go through this. And like I said, let me know if you end up using this AI robot attorney lawyer, and how it ends up turning out for you. And if you found that you got some value out of this live stream tonight, definitely, let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe this video. I would truly appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. And, let's help each other. If I helped you guys out, then help me out. And, continue to stay tuned for more helpful tips on saving money, making money, growing money. All right. Until next time. Peace.